Alrighty, guys, match number 3. And why is my placement thing all screwy? Alright. It's the little things, really. I can't help myself. They just bug me. Team, hello. There we go. Okay, I'm better now. It's okay. We'll all survive this horrible ordeal. Maybe. All right. So, thank you very much for joining me, guys. Chair League number 3 for the night. Very eventful night so far. 2 matches on Cursed Hollow. So at long last, we're going to get off of that cursed battleground, and we're going to go to a different cursed battleground, if you will, sort of. The Raven's been all over the place tonight. Towers of Doom is going to be our location for this placement match between the Diving Penguins and the BadDoges. I don't know what they did, but they are bad, and they're probably going to pay for it at some point. Let's be honest. But maybe not. Maybe not at the beginning. Well, it could be that the Zagara is how they're going to pay for it. They will start off by banning Tyrael for the side of Diving Penguins. Sylvanas, the response from BadDoges, which is a good ban. Sylvanas is very, very good on this map. But here we have Zagara, yet again the quintessential broken hero of Heroes of the Storm right now, in my opinion. She is overall the best, but we'll see. This is not one of her best maps, so may not be too big a deal. Li Ming and Falstad are going to be the pickups for BadDoges. They are definitely prioritizing all of the damage here early. Good solid burst damage dealer in Li Ming. Probably the best one in the game right now, if I had to be honest. I believe that between the burst damage that she can put out, along with the incredible resets that she can get rolling on such team fight based maps here, like Towers of Doom, I think she's pretty good. Falstad also with the global presence, very good on this map, being able to split soak and still be able to fly in for those different towers, particularly when you have multiple altars going on at once. And we're going to see Brightwing and Illidan coming out here from the Diving Penguins, the ultimate diving hero himself. Illidan, this is a good map that he's usually enabled on, with being able to chase from such far distances. And Brightwing, of course, also the global presence, being able to answer to Falstad's global here, so that's a good pickup. Plus they get their healer here. Opportunity for a healer chokehold. And we'll see what the next ban phases are. They have BadDoges have the opportunity to apply some sort of a burst damage chokehold if they want to. They could ban out another one of the mages and be able to maybe prevent Diving Penguins from getting it. But they're actually going to decide to ban Tassadar, so that's a pretty good ban. Trying to not enable Illidan, which Tassadar would have been helpful in the vision that Tassadar can provide. To be able to get that extra range and the sustain that he can provide for Illidan. So Karazim's going to be the ban out here from the Diving Penguins, looking to apply that healer chokehold. Karazim's an interesting one. Still Uther and Rhaegar on the board. Karazim's pretty good for a diving comp. I guess we'll see how it works out. I definitely think I would have preferred to see an Uther ban here myself, but hard to tell what BadDoges is trying to put together here. Even now with Li Ming and air and ground Muradin, I mean, what is the comp that they're really going for here, other than just being straight up good at team fighting? They still need some sort of good siege damage. Li Ming is able to put a little bit on the board for sieging potential, not a whole lot. We got the dog barking in the chat. Super Jova has joined us. What's up, Super Jova? How you doing? Another Chair League match going on here, number 3 of the night. Lily is going to be the pickup for the BadDoges. So whoever's over there on the BadDoges side is saying, you can't ban out my healer pool. I have Lily. I mean, come on. Well, if I got Lily, that means I got everybody, right? Diving Penguins have 2 more picks here. They still need a tank. And then they got to decide what they want to go with. Do you want to go with Jaina? There it is. That's what they want to go with. So they get their burst damage dealer. Probably the next best one on the list next to Li Ming. Definitely, I think, in a better place than Kael'thas right now. But can never count out Chromie on this map, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget that she could poke from anywhere. But that's not going to be the pickup. Instead, we're going to go with Jaina. Good, solid, slow potential to be able to enable Illidan to chase even better than he does now. So who's the tank? Who's the frontliner for them? ETC is still completely open, and that's going to be what it is. And so now the question is, what do BadDoges want to go with? They could go with another frontliner. Thrall still on the board. Sonya's still on the board. I feel like overall they have a better, well-rounded draft, but they don't have a whole lot of siege potential. They don't have a whole lot of pushing potential like what we see with the Diving Penguins, Zagara. So they are going to go with Thrall. Double front line. And their idea is just to be completely broken in terms of the team fighting. They're going to be focusing on the team fighting here on Towers of Doom, which, you know, is a strategy. It is a way to go. Personally, I always feel like you have to have the siege potential to be able to take advantage of when you win fights here. BadDoges? BadDoges. Okay. I'll try and get that right. It's definitely a Dreadnought thing, if I remember correctly. Him and the Doge. So, BadDoges are going to be going with straight up team fighting comp. Not a whole lot of pushing potential, which worries me, because you have to be able to take advantage of pushing through the bell towers when you get the advantage here on Towers of Doom. If you're not able to get an advantage with those bell towers, it makes it really hard to win, to get, you know, a leg up in the core point count. But they have that with Zagara. They can always send Zagara do Diving Penguins. They can always send Zagara out to split push when they get an advantage and be able to push those things down and siege bell towers really, really well. So overall, this draft, I do like the Diving Penguins with their ability to push, but, you know, BadDoges, they're going to be ready to straight up team fight, and that's not something to be overlooked here on Towers of Doom, constantly having to come together for those altar phases to be able to team fight. So here we go, loading up into Towers of Doom. This placement match here between Diving Penguins and the BadDoges should be an interesting one. We do like Towers of Doom here in Cherry League. Very interesting, very different map. Definitely the one that does not fit the mold the very, very most for all of the Heroes of the Storm maps. Thank you very much for joining us for this nightcap, guys. Number 3 for the night. It'll be a lot of fun. First, we got on the left the Diving Penguins, Pats on Jaina, Diggins on Brightwing, Salty Guac on ETC. Sounds good. I think I'm gonna have some guacamole after this match. Oms on Illidan and Azami on Zagara. On the right, we got the BadDoges. Voltron on Falstad, Bad Jones on Thrall, Deep Winter on Li Ming, Voltron Bad A on Lili, and Brosational? Brosational, that's what I'm gonna go with. Brosational. Oh my gosh. I apologize for that. That's all me. That's all me, bro. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Brosational on Murd. We will see a nice little dive attempt here from the Diving Penguins, living up to their name, but Voltron getting a lot of harass out there on pots to be able to push Jaina back. That is the problem with Jaina, ladies and gentlemen. That is her big weakness, is in order to get her damage spells out, she has to get fairly close to the enemy team, but she has no escape. Pat's running right into that hammer from Voltron and getting yet again knocked down. Salty Guac also going down very, very fast. And we're going to see Voltron going ahead and flying up to the top to answer to Oms and this initial push being able to soak. Meanwhile, the bullying has begun with Azami on the bottom lane, spreading that creep all over the place. Bones Jones going to do everything he can, and he's going to actually get a nice wolf in there to get some harass out on Azami. Gonna have to back out there for the moment, but he's going to try and put some return damage, going in there pretty deep. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we got the eternal struggle of the both teams got their holy trinity out here: damage dealer, healer, and tank on both sides. In fact, I can't really see a more even exchange than that one right there. We got both healers are nearly the same. Lili and Brightwing Both tanks, you know, ETC and Muradin, two of the quintessential tanks, and then Jaina and Li Ming. You know, how do you get any more even than that matchup?
Blue team draws.
Meanwhile, Falstad goes down up in the top lane. Ahm's diving very, very deep, doing Illidan things, if you will, to be able to get that kill. But Ahm's is actually going to have to be it to be able to heal up here, where Falstad will be able to fly right in. So both of these guys are going to have their damage dealers back for this phase. Bones Jones taking a lot of damage down there on Thrall. Zombie doing a nice job of bullying him. Meanwhile, we will see an advantage gained as this bottom one comes up. Meanwhile, in the top, we have both teams kind of posturing for their own down here. Falstad will elect to fly to the bottom and is going to push a zombie right off of this. Is going to have to give it up to Bones Jones, but is actually going to throw down that bomb to be able to get the stall out. Here comes Diggins, though, on Brightwing, able to phase shift down to be able to even this out a little bit. All of a sudden, both teams are going to find themselves capturing their one respective altar on each side, and the rotation advantage going over to Diving Penguins as they are able to pick that up. That's going to be 4 more core shots for them. Taking the early advantage here, backing out, not losing too much. Meanwhile, in the top lane, a little extra damage coming out from that minion wave being a little far ahead. Both teams rotating back out here. Voltron caught out here, but a nice barrel roll getting out just before Salty Guac with the dive. The counter engage here from BadDoges is going to push them right off of there. Diving Penguins not able to secure that kill, but also not losing anybody. Brosational up here, trying to get some damage done, but ultimately that is Jaina's strength. If she's got the weakness, she's also got the strength of being probably the strongest lane clearer in the game. You just one ability, that Blizzard will clear an entire wave without even thinking about it, really. In the bottom lane, we do have Deep Winter getting some poke out here, trying to ward off the advance. But this is what Zagara does. She's able to put a lot of extra siege damage out here in the interim of these altar phases, and getting a lot done early. Speaking of those altars, we will see this middle one spawning. The lonesome 1 altar phase here. Both teams going to have to heal up and get ready for this one. Both teams about ready to hit level 7, but not quite there yet, are the BadDoges. They still got a little bit more soaking to do before they've made it. A lot of damage coming out on Diggins there. Potential for a lot more, however, the wolf was missed there by Bones Jones. 7 has been achieved for the side of the Diving Penguins, but there it is for BadDoges. This is an even team fight, but Falstad a little bit late to fly down here. He will make it, though, in time for this team fight to occur, and a ton of damage coming out on that hammering. Meanwhile, we do have a zombie getting very, very low in the mid here. Many members now of the Diving Penguins actually starting to get low, but a huge blizzard coming out is going to secure that kill on Thrall. A ton of damage on Voltron. Salty Guac's going to go down next, though, on the return kill. Voltron able to get that down, but it is a 1-for-2 exchange, which is going to force Voltron and the BadDoges to have to back off here. Meanwhile, we are going to see a zombie looking to maybe steal this camp with Ahms here and Pats. You know, so much damage that they can lay down here between Illidan, Li Ming, and Zagara. Brightwing really just here for moral support, but Deep Winter is able to scout that out, but not able to do anything about it, as they're going to push Voltron back as well. Meanwhile, in the bottom, that's gonna do some damage up there to that top part of that wall, taking it out, and Azami yet again split pushing here, laying down the creep in the bottom. We get a little bit of a positional advantage. It's going to take that down. Fight breaking out in the mid, however, as we do see Bones Jones getting in there and getting some hammer shots on Jaina, going to force her to be. Diggins also getting extremely low here as they try and fight off this advance, but Deep Winter keeps throwing in those orbs to be able to get that harass out. Voltron going to go ahead and go to the top lane and soak. Get that soak out. 3-man rotation to the bottom lane to clean up that bottom lane. That is one that's been the most damaged thus far. That's a good solid thing to have on this map on Towers of Doom, is to have that bottom lane real early. Get that front wall down. The walls do not respawn, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you take back a structure after it's gone down, the wall never comes back. So once you've got the wall positioned in the bottom lane here, where we have 2 pumpkin sapper camps that are constantly fed to that bottom lane anytime you capture them, getting that bottom lane out is very strong. Meanwhile, we do see diving penguins going ahead and capping that top one. So we will see these go ahead and charge their way on into the wall. Like one of those might be cleaned up by the minion wave. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we have the spawn. Brosational's going to jump in here and get a nice stun out on Salty Guac. Pushing them back to start off here. Positional advantage for the BadDoges. But level 10 is right around the corner. But immediately, Zagara is blown up by Bones Jones and Deep Winter, getting a nice coordination there on their damage. And that is going to cause the diving penguins to have to back up. And even though BadDoges did not have their level 10 there, they win that. Meanwhile, Pat's getting harassed big time by Bones Jones. That's going to be a kill. And Bones Jones playing out of his mind right now. Very aggressive on Thrall, but it's paying off. Ultimates are being picked up here. We see Emerald Wind coming out from Brightwing. And it is going to be the hunt on Illidan, looking to be able to get across the map in a hurry, to be able to rotate to these low heroes to pick them off. It is going to be Maw, Devouring Maw here for Zagara, choosing to go with the team fighting potential rather than the global potential of the Nidus Network, which I really like on this map. It is going to be Cups for Lily, holding it there a little while. And it is going to be Disintegrate for Mimi. Looking for that ranged poke damage to go along with the orb build. And there it is, Jaina instantly blown up. Again, not having any kind of escapability. If Jaina gets caught too far forward, there's nothing they can do. Diggins will go ahead and come down here and throw out the Emerald Wind to make them back off for a moment. However, looks like the other members had already gotten out. Here comes Cups to be able to sustain here. And actually, it was Illidan that died there. I think I got a little bit confused by what was up at the top of the screen. Kind of odd. But Jaina still alive and well. Illidan, another hero that often gets caught too far forward there. But another advantage gained here is Illidan's going to be walking back. Illidan's actually going to be back in time. These teams are going to have a fair and square level 11 encounter here. We'll have to see if they want to trade or if they want to go ahead and fight. It looks like right now they're both electing to go ahead and position to fight each other over this bottom one to start. Neither team prioritizing to go to the top. Voltron and Diggins getting in a fight up there at the top. But here's the 4-man Ancestral. It will be interrupted by Voltron, but a little bit too late on that Gust to interrupt it. It's going to be a 3-for-0 exchange. It's a very nice mosh there by Salty Guac, catching 4 members of the BadDoges. Lily, however, is going to end up paying for that overextension, but Thrall goes down as well. And very, very nice exchange there by the Diving Penguins. That is going to earn them both of these altar spawns. And this is what I'm talking about with Zagara. You have the ability to start to siege, to start to put some pressure, so that the only thing Brosational can do right now is answer to this push. He can't go anywhere else on the map and take advantage. As soon as that advantage is gained, and now they can go pretty much anywhere they want. They can go soak both lanes. They can pick up their 13 talents, start to get an XP lead. And they're going to go back and get this camp, try and force this one in, putting some pressure on that bottom bell tower. Voltron Bade doing a little scouting in Ninja Lily style. Diggins is going to go ahead and port to the top here. We will see a little bit of pressure put on here. But meanwhile, in this bottom lane, here is Zagara yet again, pushing back Brosational, looking to maybe secure this bell tower, and is going to be able to push in all 3 of those pumpkin sappers, taking a nice chunk out of the health of that, and is going to cause a response here. Again, from BadDoges. They do go ahead and come down. They're trying to find where Azomi is. Finally, Voltron Bade is able to find. But here comes the rotation. Deep Winter's getting in here. Azomi might end up being in a little bit of trouble here. Voltron also going to fly down. But we will see Diggins going ahead and phase shifting down to help protect the bug buddy, if you will. Meanwhile, we see Alms positioning in the top left for this altar. Going to focus on capturing that first. 4 members each here on the bottom lane, ready to fight over this. The orb is going to come out, deal a ton of damage to Diggins. Ring of Frost is actually going to connect onto Li Ming there. It's going to be blown up instantly, and I'm not going to be paying any attention to that top, folks. I don't know what's happening there, but that was not Illidan, that was Li Ming. It's going to be blown up first in this fight. We'll see the Sunder coming out. Salty Guac hitting 2 with yet another solid mosh pit there. And Voltron not having the gust up. And meanwhile, the Hunt is going to come in as Illidan comes in to finish that off. And man, I'm starting to get tilted a little bit. I'm not going to lie by the names being wrong here, but that's all right. We'll call them outright anyway. So Om's getting very, very deep in there, fully Illidan style on Voltron. Bad A might end up paying for it here. It's sure enough not Muradin, but Illidan is going to go down. And we also see 2 members going down in the top lane as well. Or no, that's also, yeah, now I'm a little confused. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think anybody else died there. I think the dings are just going off completely wrong at this point. Kind of strange. Oh, thank you very much, kid. I appreciate it. I enjoyed casting that match. It was a shame what happened at the end, but it was definitely a good match. I felt like Creep Tumor did really, really well there. I mean, how do you let a team named Creep Tumor have Scar? So meanwhile, the bottom bell tower was captured here for the side of the Diving Penguins. BadDoges are going to have to respond to this, take it down before the next phase comes. But right now, they are down. They are down 16 core shots, and this mid keep is pretty sneezable. And yes, the bell towers are now dinging based on, or the kills are coming based on the bell towers going down. That's fascinating. Completely whiffing the Sundering is Thrall up there. The rotation, very, very strong. Even with that ancestral landing, it still wouldn't have gotten him out of that unfortunate positioning. Meanwhile, we will see the level 16s have been picked up by BadDoges. They do have an opportunity here, at least a little bit of an opportunity to try and get something done, but without Thrall, it might be tough. Only one is going to be hit, only Muradin with that Ring of Frost. However, Salty Guac is going to come in and try to get the Mosh Pit. It is going to be gusted away, but it is not a full cancel. We got Mosh Pit coming back in 3 seconds. Falstad, Voltron doing a ton of damage there, laying it down on both the Brightwing and the Jaina. That is going to force them into a full retreat here. Oms, however, is going to get the cast out on the altar phase. It's going to be 4 more core shots going over. And the chase is on here for BadDoges. They are going to keep them zoned completely out here, which is going to give Thrall, just coming back up, the chance to cast here. And my bad, that's actually 5 shots with that mid bell tower being owned by Diving Penguins at the moment. 3 are going to be shot back, but that's going to be a 25-7 lead here for the Diving Penguins. Things going very, very well for them right now. The rotation will come to that mid bell tower. However, the invade is on as they are able to take this pumpkin sapper camp down here in the bottom. And no, that was not Falstad, or maybe it was Falstad dying. What? I apologize. I completely missed how Falstad died there. But the Sundering will come out from Bones Jones, trying to stall the advance here. 3 more shots on the line, but it looks like that Li Ming orb will clean up at least one of those pumpkin sappers. And the fight at the line, very nice Emerald Wind is actually going to push one of those shots in. But it's able to zone them out far enough to get at least one of them to walk over the line. Or it looks like 2 of them actually. There's 5, score of 5 at this point. But right here we will see the BadDoges go ahead and take back their bell tower. But then you have, yet again, Zagara leading the charge on being able to just capture the other bell tower. Everybody's just going to run in, and Zagara's minions are able to soak this. Oh, but we will see Voltron with the aggressive fly-in and the gust. The Ring of Frost comes out. Well, we'll see Ma come out. Voltron caught in the mosh pit long enough for Hunt to come down and take him out. So Falstad will go down. But the return is on, and this bell tower is about to activate. Zagara will go down, however. But all of a sudden, you gotta watch out if you're the BadDoges, because they have no retreat here. If they feel like they want to retreat, they'll be retreating into an enemy structure. But Emerald Wind will come out to get a little bit of harass and the interrupt on Deep Winter's Disintegrate. but ultimately they decide not to turn that, not to try to turn it, and it is a 1-for-1 with Falstad coming back much, much sooner than Zagara. Zagara is going to be down for this altar phase. However, unfortunately for BadDoges, it's only going to be a 1 altar phase. They will be able to even up the towers. They do get to reset this a little bit, but and Falstad will be able to fly in time for this altar phase. But they are also down the 20 talents. We'll have to see. And it looks like a very smart move here. It looks like they are going to go ahead and rotate up. The Diving Penguins are going to go for boss. Brightwing is going to phase shift in, and they're going to be able to take this down easily before, or probably before BadDoges can really do anything about it. Bones Jones is going to get in here. He does have the Sundering. He'll come in and split up the team on with the Sundering. However, a nice response there as Alms is able to get in there and keep that, but they will steal it, actually. My mistake. They do steal it off of that Gust. However, Falstad does pay with his life. Jaina's also going down here. Brightwing will fall. Li Ming going down, and all of a sudden it's a 2-for-2. However, Voltron Bade being charged in there. Alms will also go down there, going a little bit too deep. And we have the 2-man Ma. However, what can Salty Guac and Azumi really do for this? They are going to take out Bones Jones? Maybe not. The Death Metal, however, going to come out to be able to secure that. And all of a sudden, we're going to have Muradin and Zagara walking away from that situation. What a ridiculous team fight here. Both teams just slugging it out, not being afraid to go motto to the bitter end. And we'll have to see if Zagara can do anything with this. She is going to go ahead and go up and get to the top to take this. Muradin can't really do things as quickly in terms of sieging. Falstad is back up, the first one to go down in that long team fight. The other global hero, Brightwing, is coming out as well. Top camp has been picked up, so going to be able to easily press those right on into the bell tower, no problem. But, well, actually, that's not... I take it back. Voltron was there in time to intercept those and take them down. I'm going to go ahead and focus on picking up their bottom camp here. And it is going to be spawning in the bottom, so a little bit of a positional advantage for Diving Penguins. We'll have to see if they want to try and set up for anything. Falstad will fly down to go ahead and try and clear this bottom, but he's got to be careful here. Doesn't want to get caught too far out here with so many members of the Diving Penguins already down here ready to go. So here we will see yet another 5v5 situation. And right away, a complete whiff for Ring of Frost. Ma will only catch 1, but the Mosh Pit is going to catch 3. Deep Winter also going to be caught there by the Hunt. 2 members instantly being blown up there for the side of the BadDoges. So that's going to be 3. That's going to be 4 with Falstad going down. And Brosational, the only one left. All that's left for the side of Diving Penguins here is to take this bell tower down and cap the altar, which Diggins is already well on his way to doing. Brosational will go down, and that is going to be GG. Diving Penguins dominating in the team fighting phase despite the heavily team fighting favored comp of BadDoges. And that is going to be it here on Towers of Doom. Congratulations to the Diving Penguins.
Blue team.
So very, very fun match to cast. Both these teams coming out with some really, really cool moves. Particularly like the Hunt on Alms from Illidan there. We don't get to see that a whole lot. So definitely made it work. It felt like every time he went and hunted somebody, it was very impactful. And they just dominated the team fighting phase, I felt like. Again, I was a little bit worried because it seemed like with the comp that the BadDoges had, that they could have dominated those. But I don't know, the burst damage was just too real a lot of the times from Pats and Jaina. Just a ton of damage coming out in the right time. And very, very cool match to watch. A very dominating effort throughout a lot of that from the Diving Penguins. But the BadDoges had some nice moments there as well. Some very, very good play coming out of them. So I want to thank you guys for joining me for this this nightcap, this triple header. A lot of fun to cast for you guys. I will be back tomorrow night with some more awesome Chair League action, and may or may not be on a little bit later tonight for some Hero League action. We'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, thank you very much for joining me, guys. If you could throw me a follow, it helps out a lot. So I will see you guys later.